It's one of the great questions that was asked by Wayne Bennett. Can you be better? And I love this because when you think about that, everyone can be better. And this is that whole idea about really becoming a learn-it-all rather than a know-it-all. One of the most amazing things is when you walk into a training room is to see whether or not the person that's sitting there in front of you has actually even got any sort of form of a capture device. Whether or not it's like a pen and a piece of paper, or whether or not it's a Remarkable or an iPad, or maybe they're just typing on their phone or on a laptop. But literally the ability to be able to go and write notes is the thing that allows you to absorb what's actually being presented. And the most amazing thing is to think that someone could come into a learning environment and expect that nothing's actually going to be good in that learning environment. They come with the expectation as though they already know everything. And when you start to think about really getting better, this is about finding the insights and the conversations that could ultimately change the course of an entire career. It could be basic things like learning a very simple dialogue when you're at an open home. Have you bought locally before? And what are your plans with the existing? Now, those two little questions are going to allow you to identify more sellers more often. But it's amazing how many real estate agents don't do that at the open house and expect to then go and do that in the open for inspection callback. Imagine if the government made it illegal to actually be in a position to go and do open for inspection callbacks. That would actually make you have to do it really well when you're there at the open for inspection. And that's really what the skill is. The skill is to make sure that literally when you're in the moment that you actually do the best quality work. And now more than ever before, not ultimately putting off that work to another time because you didn't do it while you were there. It's all the shortcuts that people make that ultimately ends up in a really poor system inside of their career. A great example of that is that recently we've been talking about the idea of 40-40. And let's say, for example, that you list a 4-bedroom home. I now want you to go and call all the other market appraisals of 4-bedroom homes that you've done on the inside of your career. It's staggering to see the number of real estate agents that don't put their market appraisals in the system. It's even worse to see the people that put in the market appraisals, but don't put in the bed, bath and cars. And all of a sudden, those little shortcuts that you take are actually in a position that they cause a lot of systemic pain on the inside of your business. This is about learning how to get really strategic around what it is that you do. And this is about actually understanding why you do what you do and when you do it, because it ultimately gets a pretty phenomenal result. That whole idea about, can you be better is about never wanting to stop improving. And this is about making that decision to really become the best that you can be as an individual agent. It's about striving to become the role model and not actually being that common enemy approach. What do you do to become the best in your marketplace? And if every single day you wake up with that idea to allow innovation and creativity, about building new systems, and you can put that into your business, then ultimately you're going to have a business that's going to thrive for many decades. Now, more than ever before, is that time to come off that mantle and to really get yourself in that position that you really can become a learn-it-all and someone who actually wants to get better.